Joe Lewis.
Well, folks, this is Lewis' 21st title defense, but he's putting more than his title on the line tonight. To help in the nation's war effort, he's offered to donate his share of the prize money, win or lose, to the Army Relief Fund. Many sports writers and many of Joe's friends have called him foolish for taking such a chance without any personal gain. He's taking quite a chance doing this. It's a lot of money, and he's facing a dangerous opponent in Abe Simon. Let's switch to our ring mic and listen to the referee.
And remember, boys, I want a good, clean fight. No low blows, and watch your rabbit punching. And when I say break, I want you to break clean. Okay, shake hands, come out fighting, and may the best man win.
If Lewis should lose this fight, he'd lose everything, both the heavyweight title and the money. In addition to that, it might be a long time before he gets another shot at that title, because he plans to enter the Army after this fight. Well, fans, the fight's about to begin. The two fighters, Simon the challenger and Lewis the champion, are standing in their corners waiting for the bell to start the first round. There's the bell. Now the two fighters are just sparring lightly, landing light blows, and checking each other's style. Lewis lands a light left hook to the head, Simon a quick right to the body. Back in the second, third, and fourth rounds, Lewis and Simon fought pretty evenly. No real serious exchange of punches, and they both look like they're in good shape to start the fifth round. There's the bell. Lewis comes out quickly and lands a solid left hook to the jaw, then a series of rights and lefts to the head. Simon backs away. He's a little wobbly, but he's okay. Now Simon comes back. He lands a left. There's a solid right to the jaw of Joe Lewis. Boy, that was close. Lewis seems a little dazed after that right to the jaw. He has to be careful. And there's a great deal riding on every punch. And there's the bell. Now at the start of the sixth round, Lewis is out of his corner. He looks very determined. Both fighters, Lewis and Simon, seem to be waiting for an opening. Oh, what a punch! Lewis lands a tremendous right to the jaw. He's moving in. He wants to finish the fight now if he can. Simon won't be able to take many more like that. Simon is down. Simon is down. There goes Lewis over to a neutral corner. Now the referee is over Simon. He's starting to count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lewis wins on a knockout. Joe Lewis keeps his heavyweight title. Swarms of newspapermen and friends are converging on the ring. Let's switch to our ring mic.
Hey, Joe, how come you risked your title and all that money for the Army?
Yeah, Joe, why'd you fight for nothing?
Well, the way I figured it, I wasn't fighting for nothing. I was fighting for my country.
And here he is, still the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Lewis.
Well, I say they was a great fight, and I think he's about the toughest one I ever fought.
Joe, did you find a lot of trouble with Abe?
I did. All that weight he had on me, well, I have to say that he had a little bit of it. But it was a great fight. I think Abe Simon is a great fighter, and I'll be willing to meet him again anytime because he fought such a wonderful fight.
Fine. Thank you, Joe Lewis. And now the boy who surprised the whole world and tried as hard as he could after getting off the floor a couple of times and still was trying and kept it on and won the admiration of everybody here, even though he was stopped, Abe Simon.
Hello, everybody. Mother and Dad, Sylvia, Rose, and Ree, I'm okay. I'll be home tomorrow. Joe Lewis is a great fighter. I'm just sorry that he had to stop the fight. A great champion and a great fighter. Thank you. Good evening.
And both boys are all right as they leave the ring, and we return you to Bill Stern.
Hooks, jabs, and other powerful punches to the head and the body make boxing one of the world's roughest, toughest, and most dangerous sports. But boxing is also a sport of great skill. The object in boxing is to deliver blows, and at the same time to avoid being hit. Every experienced boxer develops his own style, and learns that certain stances and certain kinds of punches allow him to use his strength and skill to the best advantage. A good boxer must have courage, stamina, and quickness. He must spend long hours in training to learn the many skills involved in boxing and to get into top physical condition. Boxers can fight either as amateurs or as professionals. Amateur fighters compete in tournaments sponsored by schools and other organizations, but they receive no pay. Professional boxers earn their living by boxing. They are often called prize fighters. Professional boxers fight for money in bouts that are staged by promoters. With the prize money that he earns, a boxer must pay his expenses, including the cost of his training and the salaries of the people who assist him. Joe Louis was one of the greatest prize fighters the world has ever known. In his long career as heavyweight champion, he earned millions of dollars in prize money. But Joe Louis was also one of the most generous men to ever put on a pair of boxing gloves. After his fight against Abe Simon, Joe Louis donated his share of the prize money, more than $36,000, to the Army Relief Fund. The fight took place in New York's Madison Square Garden on March 27, 1942. Shortly after, Joe Louis hung up his gloves and put on the uniform of the United States Army. During World War II, Joe served his country with the same honor and determination that he had always shown in the boxing ring. After the war, Joe Louis resumed his boxing career. In his career as heavyweight champion, Joe Louis defended his title 25 times. He won every one of these fights and held the world's heavyweight championship for a total of 12 years. Finally, in 1949, he retired from the ring. But one of the most memorable victories took place on the night he donated his share of the prize money to the Army Relief Fund.